Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more revenge stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I was bullied repeatedly by this guy when we were kids. I saw in his social media profile he was arrested because his profile picture was of him in one of those visiting cells. He has a profile picture of him in jail? What? I also noticed his last name on the account wasn't the same as when we were kids. I wondered why, so I looked up his original name on the arrest warrant registry, and there was indeed an arrest warrant out for him. It matched his birth date. I reported his social media and name change anonymously and got $1,000 from his arrest. My county has an anonymous online report system that gives you a confirmation number to follow up on, and you submit that confirmation number to a location if it results in an arrest. To this day, no one knows I ratted him out to the police. I guess you can say his debt has been paid. Wow. Yep, another karma story. He deserved that. Yeah, this is why you should just be nice to everyone, because if you're nice to people, right, they wouldn't go out of the way to screw you over. But if you bully someone, obviously they're gonna go out of their way to screw you over because you deserve the karma. Good riddance. When I was at uni, I started dating this guy. At first, he was wonderful, dedicated to his studies, fun to be around, attentive, and always surprising me with things, working hard at his job, etc. Then, bit by bit, things unraveled. He started skipping classes. Then he barely bothered to go at all. Worse still, he never helped around the house. Never washed up, cleaned up, did laundry, nothing. He was even fired from his job for too many no-shows. All he wanted to do was sit at home and play Xbox or browse the message boards and forums. This was in the days before social media, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. This left me having to pick up extra shifts, sometimes double and triple shifts, all while going to class and studying. I later learned that this was a pattern for him. He'd be really dedicated to whatever he set his heart on, but then get bored and fall back into old bad habits. Then he'd find a new passion and rinse and repeat. I knew I should have ended the relationship much sooner, but I held out hope that he would snap out of it, that maybe it was just exam stress getting to him. I desperately wanted things to go back to how they were, but it was not meant to be. I caught him cheating and threw him out. I was so stressed with everything that it wasn't until the next day that our joint savings account crossed my mind. There was a little over $5,000 in there, and bar a few hundred from him, the rest was money I had saved. I checked the account and it was all gone. My ex had cleaned out the account and moved into a new flat with his side chick. I called the bank. There was nothing they could do. He was authorized on the account. I contacted the police and they told me there was nothing they could do since it was a joint account, so nothing criminal had happened. They suggested taking it to civil court, but said I'd probably spend more money than I got back in legal fees, so it likely wasn't worth it. My ex had stolen $5,000 and there was nothing I could do about it. I felt like such an idiot. I got even angrier when I saw his posts on various forums boasting about his new game consoles, new games, new TVs and gadgets, all bought with my money. I'm not usually a vengeful person, petty on occasion, sure, but I've never wanted to exact revenge as much as I did right then, and I knew just how to do it. While I was a student, I attempted every summer to help pay for my studies. One such job had been for a debt collection agency. The work was as bad as you can imagine, but it paid really well, and it was only for a few months. My ex had been dodging debt for many years, and he was very proud of that fact. He was also proud of the fact that his debt was close to being statute barred and he hadn't paid a penny. For those of you who don't know, in the UK, creditors have about 6 years to collect a debt, and then it becomes statute barred. That means the money is still owed, but creditors have no legal way to enforce payment. My ex was a few months away from reaching statute barred status. However, what a lot of people don't know is that making a payment on that debt resets the clock. If you pay any amount, then that 6 years restarts from scratch. Previously, I had used my insider knowledge to help him dodge the debt. Now I would use it to hit him where it hurt. By the end of our relationship, I was handling everything, including his debts. I had the paperwork, so I knew who he owed and how much. I called his creditors up. I was honest and said I was a friend calling to make a payment on his behalf. I didn't pretend to be him because that would be a legal big no-no. They weren't allowed to disclose any details, but they were able to take payment. I paid the minimum I could on each debt, about £1 or most, but one had a minimum payment of £150. It was the best £850 I have ever spent. I also made sure to give them his new address and contact details, as well as his parents' address. Having worked in the biz, I knew they wouldn't change the address since I wasn't the account holder, but they would note it. They had various systems where they could search for his name against that address and see if anything came up. If they got a hit, they'd change the address. The trap was set. All I had to do was wait. A few months rolled by, then it happened. His posts on the forums went from boasting about his new gaming PCs to panic about a court date. He called me and begged for advice. I told him to F off. Seeing I wouldn't help, he asked for advice in the forums. One of his online friends told him to not turn up to court, and that way they wouldn't be able to prosecute without him there. It was terrible advice that was 100% untrue. In fact, not showing up is one of the worst things you can do, especially in civil court. This was getting better and better. The court date came and went. My ex naturally didn't go. A few weeks later, my ex posted photos of his empty flat. Bailiffs had cleaned him out and taken every last one of his shiny new gadgets and toys. On top of that, he ended up with several CCJs, county court judgments. These are a big deal and can seriously damage your credit history, making it hard to get bank accounts outside of the basic ones, near impossible to get credit, including getting a mortgage, and it can also make it hard to rent a place since many landlords don't like renting to people with CCJs as they're considered high risk. He also won't be able to find jobs in the financial sector. Now that he was broke and didn't have nice things, his side chick left him. I never got my 5k back, but it felt so good to see everything he bought with his ill-gotten gains taken away. Hope that 5k was worth it. Wow. That was a good revenge for sure. He stole money and now he has to pay more. Good stuff. What a terrible human being he is, honestly. Stealing someone's money and then not trying to pay back your debts and also cheating. That's everything you don't want in a person. Jeez. How do you be all of that at one go? Oh my gosh. And then he's going to be crying to her, being like, please help me. No. You brought it upon yourself, so help yourself, man. But hey, at least now we know that you shouldn't have a joint account with anyone unless you're married. You know, don't open a joint account with your partners because if they break up, they can do something like this and you can't really do anything about it. Well, I guess you can, but then like they said, it will cost them more to go to court to get back an amount of money that probably isn't worth it. Unless it is a lot of money, then for sure, right? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!